Hey, how's everyone doing? Today I'll be going into my top 10 most complimented fragrances. And so this is really a mix of mostly designer, a little bit of niche, and a lot of familiar faces that you may have seen from other YouTube channels as well. And so to just get right into it, my first one is La Nuit de l'Homme. And so this is really just a classic in the community. Everyone knows it, everyone loves it. I would say personally, I'm not the sort of biggest fan of the scent on it myself, but women seem to love it, and so that's a pretty compelling reason as to why to wear it sometimes. Um, and it's just really a really smooth lavender cardamom scent, which if you've ever had anything lavender, candle, room scent, it's just a really pleasant, soothing scent. And so this one seems to work really well in most scenarios. And the next one is Dylan Blue. I had to have a blue scent in here somewhere. And this has been my favorite out of Dylan Blue, Dear Sauvage, Chanel Bleu de Chanel, just because it is a blue scent, so it's pretty mass appealing. It's very versatile, but it also has that sort of incensey note that I usually get. So it just sort of gives it a little bit of a twist, gives it more character or interest in it. And so the next one is Dear Saage Elixir, another blue scent, if you consider it that. But being an elixir, it just has much more of that heaviness. And in the wintertime, this has been my sort of favorite and my staple usually. Just one spray of this, you're good to go for a day or two. 2 to 3 sprays, you're going to be turning some unwanted heads. And the next is Club de Nuit Intense Man. And this one being an Aventus clone, it just works. Having that pineapple, having that woodiness, and having that sort of mass appeal that Aventus is known for, it just works perfectly. And for only about 1/10 of the price, I mean that's a pretty good deal, as if I do say so myself. And this one, again, with only one spray, that's more than plenty. This is pretty potent, as long as you just get past the first 30 seconds of having that sort of lemon pledge smell. You're good to go for the whole day as well. And the next one is sort of a hybrid between 2 different scents, and this is Sony Wave. And so this one is known for being a sort of a hybrid between Versace Pour Homme and Chanel Allure Homme Sport. And this one it's just perfect in the high heat. Having that bright citrus from Versace Pour Homme, but also having a little bit of that creaminess from Chanel Allure Homme Sport. It just works perfect. Gives it a little bit of character while also having that sort of bright citrus that sort of summer scents are known for and are sort of loved for. And the next one is JPG Lala Peron. And this one is perfect for any sort of date night situation or any more intimate situation as well. I love to wear this around Christmas time, and it's just a great scent overall. I've had one time someone told me that it smells just like the holidays. So I mean, who doesn't love that? And yeah, just having that cardamom, that iris, one of my favorite notes personally. Those are the 2 main accords that I usually get. A little bit of spiciness as well, but it's just blended beautifully, and yeah, it's just one of my staples in my rotation. And the next one I only have a sample bottle of, but I hope to pick up a full bottle soon, and that is Nishan Hasiat. And so this one again is another sort of Aventus inspired fragrance. This one having a little bit more of that oak moss note. Gives it a little bit more heaviness. To me, this comes off as a lot of pineapple, but very creamy pineapple. And also with that oak moss, it has a little bit of that sort of earthiness or a little bit of sort of a dirt note to it. But I love it. Women love it. It's just a great overall scent. Unfortunately, I just haven't had this one for too long, so that's why it's a little bit lower in the list. And the next one is also a sample bottle of another niche fragrance. Here I have Side Effect by Initio. And this one is just one that I don't really wear very often, but every time I wear it, I'm reminded of how good it is, and I remind everyone else of how good it is as well. But it's just a super loud scent. For me, it has specific occasions to where I would wear it at, as it is, again, very loud, very sweet. It does have that sort of dried fruit note with a lot of cinnamon as well. And so to me, I feel this is more of a sort of dressed up scent, more of a going out scent. And so I just don't really have that much of a wearing on it, but I do love it nonetheless. And the next one is a sort of a newer fragrance in my rotation, but it's definitely climbing the ranks as of recent, and that's Moschino Toy Boy. And so this one is known to be pretty polarizing. It's very rose forward, which is, I'm finding, is one of my favorite notes, but also has a little bit of a sort of an earthiness and a little bit of spiciness as well, which gives it a lot of character. You know, men aren't really known for wearing too much florals, and so having a very prominent rose scented fragrance, it really makes you stand out. And you know, women's perfumes are usually sort of tailored towards that sort of floral note, a lot of rose as well. And so it's something that's familiar to them, and it's something that, you know, that they really tend to have a liking to. And so wearing something like this, it really speaks to them. And lastly is actually one of that's more surprising, I would say. One that I thought was more of a sort of men's scent, one that women usually don't really gravitate towards, but I've had some fairly surprising positive reactions, and that's Tom Ford Bour de Jour. And so this is known to be a fougere scent, sort of more so on that lavender and oak moss notes. But I love this one. This is sort of my perfect office scent. It's woody. It has that sort of lavender note, so it's a little bit soothing, but it's just super smooth and super creamy. That I think is it's just incredible, really, and it smells like wealth. So who doesn't love that? But I would say that was the most surprising one as of yet. And so that was my 10 list of most complimented fragrances. You know, as I mentioned, there's a lot of familiar faces in here. Maybe one or two that were a little bit of a curveball. But feel free to let me know of what your top 10 most complimented fragrances are, or even your top 3, so that we're able to sort of make a combination of the two. And maybe I'll pick up some of your scents. So hope you have a great day.